Meme coin mania. Are we pumping or are we dumping? Question everything, trust nothing. Welcome to Debate Crypto. It's your boy, Crypto Keeper, and we are here for another Magic Money Monday where we break down altcoins in the TA. Well, actually, we break down the TA in the altcoin space. So super excited to have you here. If you have not already, make sure to smash that like. YouTube loves it. We love it. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to subscribe and then turn on that bell notification. Make sure you get alerts that we are live. We go live Monday for Magic Money Monday, Thursdays for TA Thursday around the charts, both very similar. One more altcoin centric Monday, Thursday more towards Bitcoin. And then Sunday, we do kind of a bullish or bearish debate crypto style with myself and Crusader. All right, cool. We're going to kick it off with somebody that I have been trying to get on the channel for a while. Super excited that we got him on. We've got your boy, AJ Writes Crypto. AJ, what's going on, brother?
Hey, what's up, man? I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Dude, glad you are here. We're going to have some fun today. We're also going to have some fun with your boy, Evan Aldo. Evan, what's popping?
Great to be on. Again. Thanks for having me.
Good to see you, bro. I like the, hey, behind you, is that actual sound foam?
It's not foam. It's like decorative panels, though. Okay. I got foam in front of me, though.
Got it. I like it. And with the market update, we got Bill Noble. Bill, what is cracking today?
Hi, thanks for having me.
Glad that you're here, brother. I like the background, bro. I like the crowned Bitcoin market update. Yeah. Looking good. Okay. Like I said, if you haven't already, smash that like. We're going to dive right in. Just as an aside, make sure, and actually this is an important one, make sure you're following these three creators. They are working hard for you. Their links are down below the stream. Check them out. See what they're doing, because trust me, it will be worth it. All right, let's kick it off. Let's take a look at the markets. We'll start there if I can find it on my shared screen. Here we go. We have got the global crypto market cap. Uh-oh. It started off with Andy. You could maybe see what I was.
Uh-oh.
That was not a purposeful. 30%. That was not a purposeful shill there. I promise you it was not. All right, we've got the global crypto market cap at 1.14 trillion with a T dollars. That's up 1.44%. We've got Bitcoin 27,421, up almost 2%. ETH as well, up about 1.59, 1.63% at 1829. Rest of the top 10, as always, following suit, just lagging behind a little bit. Cardano up about 0.5%, Dogecoin up 1%, Solana up 1.5%, and Polygon Matic up 1%. All right, so we're looking at the overall global market cap. We're looking at what's going on in Bitcoin land. I'm actually going to kick it off with you, Bill. Bill, so the crypto markets are still coupled in many cases with TradFi, with traditional finance. So talk to me about what you're seeing in traditional markets right now. What are some short-term conclusions that that maybe you could draw from that regarding the overall crypto space?
Okay, three things. One, commodities are on the move.
Okay.
Right? U.S. is going to fill the strategic petroleum reserve during driving season. More genius. Okay. There's also a drought, I think, in the Midwest, and wheat and grains are moving, and the case for gold and silver is obvious. Okay. The second thing is commodities up means dollar down. 36% of the American public approves of Jerome Powell. It's very rare that the public even knows who the Fed chairman is.
That's a good point.
And then last night you had, our bond market starts falling apart, right? Financial Times, Congressional Budget Office is saying we're defaulting by mid-June. So, Legacy does what Legacy always does. It pretends the problem's not there until it is. So if you have a loss of credibility, that could result in higher long-term interest rates. Kramer came out today and said we're about to enter an economic age of wonder, right? And I want to hide under the desk. So that's the Legacy market update.
Yeah, over the weekend, Danger Close Alpha had our event. We had the 3-day prepper boot camp, which, side note, went really well. If you're not involved with Danger Close Alpha, check us out, dangerclosealpha.com. We had a great time, and I was talking to a lot of people in the prepper space. And obviously, I'm at a prepper, a prepper convention, and people kept asking. They were saying, what's going on with traditional markets and how that, combines with crypto. As I was teaching about crypto, traditional markets kept coming up because that's what people are more familiar with. So because they are, and my answer candidly was like, hey, you need to pay attention to traditional markets if you're paying attention to crypto, because right now they are still what we call coupled. They are kind of towing the line, if you will. So Bill, I will say, I'm kind of nervous right now. I gotta be honest. I shouldn't say nervous, because I look at some of these big drops as an opportunity. However, I think that opportunity that we have coming, I'm kind of concerned might be a little bit too large. Might be a huge opportunity. Any thoughts on that, Bill?
Well, I mean, you've got a head and shoulders top. I mean, this is all over Twitter. You've got it in Bitcoin and ETH. Obviously these things, the way what Magic always says, you got to go level to level and see how it plays out. But look, if you get a sharp rise in interest rates and you could get Bitcoin at 22, you could get ETH at 1400. Okay. I'm just telling people that, I know you always talk about this, but there's got to be a May, June dollar cost average strategy. I think July's a positive month. And I think you got to come out of this year long crypto, because legacy comes unglued.
Yeah.
The only question in crypto is where do you buy
it? Which is why we talk about the boring strategy that seems to work well over time of dollar cost averaging. A lot of people, we're going to talk about this a little bit here soon, but a lot of people have been playing the gambling game, stepping up to the meme coin table, including myself. And, is that the strategy? I don't think so. I think that getting into assets like Bitcoin, like Ethereum, and continuing to dollar cost average is probably going to be a very good strategy long term. At least it has so far. So speaking on, obviously we're here for crypto. Speaking on the Bitcoin and Ethereum, or lack thereof, Evan, we're focused on altcoins on Around the Charts, Magic Money Monday, right? Earlier, you had mentioned something about the total 3. Tell me what the total 3 is, because I'm sure a lot of people aren't going to know what it is. And tell me why it's important to pay attention to as it relates to trading some of these altcoins.
Yeah, so the total 3 is the total market cap of crypto minus Bitcoin and Ethereum. So essentially all the altcoins. It does include stable coins, I believe, but that is one that does look, I'd say, a little concerning, to say the least. And let me get it up right here. And this is
look at you. Look at what you had on there. I caught you looking at Pepe.
All right. Always keeping an eye on potential shorts, but you do have the blood diamond right here. And that's the first time it's happened. A blood diamond on a high time frame like this on Market Cypher A is something to be, at the minimum, at least a little bit concerned about, because if you take kind of our target out of this, it is, I guess you could argue, somewhat of a true reverse head and shoulders here. Typically those break upward, but I think with the blood diamond and with what you're seeing in Market Cypher B, money flow generally coming out, also a trigger wave to the downside. The last time we had this was where I circled it back here. This was your Black Swan event of 2020. You came down
on a 2-week time frame?
Yeah.
2-week?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that is the 2-week. Yeah. Your technical, I don't know if it's going to be this catastrophic. I hope it isn't. I don't think it will be. But
I don't know. The 6 hour has a bullish divergence on total.
You do have a technical target over here at about 190 right there. So that's kind of the macro. However, as you mentioned, the short term, very short term for Bitcoin and Ethereum does look somewhat bullish to potentially come up. Yeah, 6 hour, some things like there. You could also look at Bitcoin as well here. If you do form kind of a reverse head and shoulders here, you could come up to 29 before this kind of looks different. You also have the money flow coming over here on the 5 hour, also a money flow crossover. Well, it was a money flow crossover nadir. Now we're dipping back into the red, but I do think there's potentially some upside potential in the short term, but on the macro, not looking too good on total 3. The other thing, the last thing I want to show you about total 3 is look at the comparison here to how far we are currently above the 2019 high for this. This was for Bitcoin. If you look at this, it was around 14K We didn't even come close to it. So it would make sense if Bitcoin dominance continues to rise here. It's the last thing I'll show you. If Bitcoin dominance continues to rise here, it would make sense for Bitcoin to outperform the vast majority of alts and do something to top out. This is where you buy alts, I think. Do something where you top out over here, get a red dot at this area, split RSIs, looking for the next red dot. That could be when you break out of this parallel channel, similar to what we saw after the 2019 run up. See, after we started to come down in 2019, you had that last leg up for Bitcoin dominance into September. So we could see something similar here. I don't know if you're going to get up to 58%, but I think you could get that up to at least 54, 55 potentially.
So Evan, you're saying that this could possibly result in a move for alts to the upside. Is that what you're saying?
Downside on total.
Okay. You said you could make a move on alts. You're talking about. So
if Bitcoin dominance goes, it gets a little confused. So if Bitcoin dominance goes up, that means alts they could go up, but that means at minimum they're going to bleed against Bitcoin. So I think the alts will bleed against Bitcoin. I think we'll see similarly to what we saw in 2019 after July, after the rally, where everything comes down, but the Bitcoin dominance rises. Bitcoin comes down a lot less than the majority of alts. That's what it looks like right now. But the opportunity to get into alts based on that would be probably in a few months. It looks like some potentially August.
I do want to ask you real quick. You're really good with Market Cypher. Market Cypher, I know, is something that you use a lot. If somebody's looking to use Market Cypher, what's a good way to learn to understand a lot of what you're talking about with money flow and trigger waves and things of that nature?
So you can learn a lot of it. There are some good tutorials, basic strategy on the Market Cypher website, looking at money flow, looking at trigger waves. If you watch a lot of content by the people that use Market Cypher a lot, I use it a lot on all my live streams, my videos. Jason Casper is a big person that uses Market Cypher. I believe Tom Crown uses it a good amount as well. You can learn by watching him. Obviously watching Crypto Face as well. He doesn't live stream every day anymore, but he's on a good amount as well. It's a lot of repetition there. And if you're really serious about it, I have a course, Jason Casper has a course. There's a lot of good courses out there as well. Okay.
Cool. No, I always love to, I see how well it's done for people. And I always just like to throw that out there. Hey, if you guys want to get a little piece of the action, you got to figure it out first, right? It's just like trading. You got to trade to do it. Well, if you want to understand some of these indicators, it takes some time to get into it. Yeah. All right. So first of all, let me have a quick pause, smash the likes. We got 51 people in here. Hopefully all 51 of you are having a fantastic day. Hit the bell notification and follow all of these creators as well. All right. We have got the Bitcoin conference coming up. Oops, I got a call trying to come in. I should have muted my phone there. Let me go ahead and put the do not disturb on right quick. Apologies. Bitcoin conference is coming up starting. Do we technically start Wednesday or Thursday, guys?
I don't know.
Okay. Well,
I think it's Thursday.
No idea.
We're going to be there, and we're not sure when it starts. I think we can check in Wednesday, and it goes Thursday, Friday, Saturday, something like that. But the Bitcoin conference has gone very much, at least last year, we were talking about this before the stream, has gone pretty corporate. On the very, very opposite edge of being corporate, we have what's been super hot recently, and that is meme coins. You've been hearing a lot about meme coins. Things have seemed like they've kind of started to cool off a little bit, but meme coins have been all the rage. So, AJ, I want to ask you, before we dive into any other specific alts, let's talk memes for a second. Have you been playing the meme markets at all? And if so, talk to me. Well, you can talk about some specific ones if you want, but tell me what kind of strategies you normally would use as it relates to meme coins.
Yeah, for sure. So, with trading, like with traditional leverage trading, I'm not like an all-in, all-out trader. Most of the time, I'll like set certain levels and squeeze out. But with meme coins, I take definitely an all-in, all-out approach, especially because you're not like really leverage trading them. So you're kind of just like monitoring like how much ETH is in there. And once it hits a number that you like, just bail. I did really good on Pepe. I did really good on Bam. I did really good on Richard. I did okay on Pope. I'm 4 for 4 in the past couple of weeks on them. Nice. So I had the drop on a lot of it. I mean, it's kind of unfair, but it's the way it is. And I did great. I mean, there are people in the office that did way better than me. I could have been a little bit more ballsier. Especially with Bam, I could have put so much more money in, and I was just kind of like, dude, I don't know, like I couldn't even look at a chart. Like I just got sent the contract address, and they were like, send it, and I was like, oh, okay, and like some people put in like an absorbent amount of money. I put in a good amount, but not what I should have. And but you know, you live and you learn. Like I've been burned in the past, like trying to chase it, and with this time, I happened to be ahead of the curve for a majority of those trades, and it ended up working out pretty good. I missed like the Ben and like some of the Suka and Wojak. I missed a couple of them, but I was really focused on BAM for a while.
Yeah.
Even now, I'm still day trading Pepe. You know, it's on the perpetual market on BitGet. It's on perpetuals for KuCoin. It's a super easy coin to leverage trade. It's really predictable. It follows basic TA. I don't know if I can like show let me share screen, Pepe, share. All right. So this is what I've been looking at. Similar to Evan, I run Market Cipher, but I also run Lux Algo, basic visible range volume profile. I run, what's that thing called? I forget. The Nadaria Watson envelope. It's another thing of Lux Algo. Lux Algo has like a bunch of free things, and then like the SR patterns and premium are behind a paywall. I like using SR patterns, and I also really like using price concepts because it shows the order blocks. Big fan of this. You can kind of trade like with the volume in mind a lot of the time. This is a 7-minute chart because I'm a true degen. But if you kind of scope out here on Pepe, it looks like kind of a lot of the volume is actually above the current price point. I'm not against shorting it. I have shorted it before and it had worked out. It is probably worth a good short right now. I would bet my bottom dollar that if you shorted right here with 5x leverage, you would probably make around 25% as long as you sold here, or you could just steal the trade and go here and get out at the bottom of that wick, 3.5%. That's probably an easy win. It's definitely going down off the 50 on the RSI. The money flow is going red. But I feel like this is going to turn around at some point, considering how much of the order blocks and the volume is above the current price point. So Pepe is a really easy coin to day trade all day long.
Why?
Because it's volatile. In crypto, let me stop sharing my screen. In crypto, when you talk to like your dad or whatever about crypto, they're like, "Oh, like don't get into crypto; it's too volatile." Well, I'm thinking to myself like, I want that. Like I need that. Like especially if you're trading with leverage and most of your trades last less than an hour, without volatility, you're not going to get anywhere. And a coin like that, if Bitcoin's trading in a 2% range and this coin's trading in a 10% range, and the money's made in the middle, and you can catch 4% of that 10% and do it with 5x leverage, you just made 20% on X.
Oh yeah.
So this is the game I've been playing, and I do keep my cards pretty close to my chest. Publicly trading, I do give public positions when I want to, but it's like kind of like the Joker says in Batman, if you're good at something, never do it for free. But I also don't charge. I don't have like a Discord. I don't have any paywalls or anything. I'm just playing stuff really close to my chest for now until I get to a point where I can kind of do my own thing. But with where I am in crypto, I'm not really in a position to sell my own product. And I don't really need to be. I'm just kind of going with the flow and like making my own money first. And then once I get to a more comfortable level than I already am, then I'll probably come out with something more accessible. But for now, it's a wait and see game.
Yeah, for sure, dude. And I appreciate something that you just said, because I learned what I believe to be a hard lesson, even though it wasn't probably a true lesson. I'll tell just a quick story. The memes were something that I was very vocal about, just like against. And maybe not even against, I should say. I just was very vocal about the fact that, hey, y'all want to step up and roll dice at the table, go for it, right? And I saw the opportunity with BAM. We were all talking about it. We knew that it was going to run. We knew the people involved with it. Like there was some good information there. We knew nobody's going to get rugged. Like it was a good opportunity. And so I put some money in. I didn't put a small amount. I didn't put a huge amount. Again, it's easy to play Monday morning quarterback. So keep that in mind. Monday morning quarterback on investing is something you don't want to play, but I'm playing it right now as I explain this. So I put some money in. I wake up the next morning and I see I'm up like 850 or 900%. Okay. Yeah. My dumbass. Listen, greed is a problem, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. I looked at it and I had this pit in my stomach and I was like, take it. Keeper freaking take it. I'm getting ready to go to the gym. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Bro, you walk upstairs. You walk upstairs and you take it. So I walk upstairs and I sit down to take it. and I take my initial back.
Oh my God, bro. Oh no.
Yeah. So ultimately what you said was kind of the all in, all out. It's hard. It's hard because, you know, there were numbers being thrown around. Hey, this is going to go to 100 mil, whatever. There's still exchange listings that are coming out on that one in particular. It seems like whenever you think that it's just done, it'll run again. And so the memes are really, they still are a huge gamble. But what I learned from that, now I'm playing with house money now, so fine. But what I learned was that I could have really used that nice fat chunk of disposable income that would have been there. And I know that ultimately what it came down to is just pure greed. I figured, well, I think it's still going to go a lot farther. So let's just take my initial. And ultimately, I started to think about it. People have made generational wealth from making 7.5% returns year over year. And my stupid butt can't take 900% profits over freaking night on a good chunk of money. I was just absolutely like, oh, and obviously, you know, things are down and whatever, and we're hoping to turn that back around. But I was not fun.
I mean, that's just like, you know, when you said it, like it's greed. Like, you know, early on in my crypto experience, my girlfriend, her cousin, right? She bought this coin at super cheap and she turned like 10 grand into like almost $1 million. And the coin, I'm not going to say which coin it was, but it was at $8. And it ran from like 3 pennies. And she's like, I wanted to get the $10. And I'm like, no, get the F out of there. Like, what are you doing? And she's still holding that bag and it's not worth what it was when it was $8. In fact, the coin is 50 cents now. And it's just like, and those are the stories like when you told yourself, Keeper, go up there and take the profits. Like, dude, I'm actually like, I take profits so fast that sometimes I'm okay with cutting myself off. Like say, like I put in $1,000 and I run it to 9,000.
Yeah.
I don't care if it goes to 13. I just made 8 grand. Who cares?
Yeah. Then that was my problem.
You know,
just
like,
not, you know, Ugh.
Yeah. Like a win is a win, bro.
There.
A win
What'd
is
you say,
a
Bill?
win. And,
yeah, for sure. For sure. Nobody ever went broke taking profits, right?
Exactly.
What'd you say, Bill?
Fortunes are made by buying low and selling too early. And even if you're not a technical analyst, if you look at the screen, right, and you just go, wow, that's a lot of money, right? It's probably the top. In other words, you have an innate ability inside your head to process information without the chart. If you just go, wow, that's a lot of money, that's probably the top. You know, the other thing is if you're partying with a lampshade on your head, you know, if you're drinking out of a bottle of champagne, it's definitely the top, right? Then it's at the top and it's going to zero. But super
frustrating. But at the same time, I do want to throw out there for everybody that's in these markets, like you can learn good lessons from making mistakes. And I got to tell you, I hope to not make that mistake again. I hope to next time I have an opportunity like that, to take it. And then if you want to play Monday morning quarterback because it ran even way farther and you're going to kick yourself for taking a bunch of profit, you're just wrong at that point, because ultimately
and dude,
it's a good decision.
So a point I have here is that this is something I kind of learned like growing up about like other sectors of my life, but something I apply to crypto. This right here is why you need a good circle of really smart people around you. Because if you're in this situation and you're all like Keeper in that situation, you were by yourself. Like, I'm going to look at this chart and take it all. I'm not going to take it. You made that decision. You didn't run it by anybody. You just made that call. Yeah. What I will do, I will call Ben. I will call Tim. I will call TJ. I will call Nick. I will call someone and say, bro, I'm looking at this. Like, here, what do you think? And like, this is why having a support group, people that you can call, like Keeper, if you would have called me right there when you were sitting looking at your computer, I would have told you, you know what I mean? And like, and that's why we need each other to bounce this stuff off. Like anyone in the chat, anyone listening to this video, and you're like white knuckling crypto all by yourself with no support group, you're not going to win. Crypto is hard enough as it is. I couldn't imagine doing it alone.
Dude, that's a really good point. That's definitely something. That's something that I've actually learned in other areas of my life, from decisions, terrible decision making. You know, it's great to have a group of people around you that have been there and made those mistakes, and then can say, hey, this is what I did and this is how I got through it, sharing that experience. So I'm with you, bro. We are definitely on the same page with that. So Take profits, ladies and gentlemen. That is your financial advice today. Take freaking profits. All right, let's launch into, you know what? Let's go a little bit different direction here. Bill, I love hearing about the solar system, brother. The solar system, talking about the markets. This is something newer that I've been definitely intrigued. You are the man, the myth, the legend that likes to talk about this, and I've been very interested to see how it's been pretty daggone accurate. So talk to me about it. What does the Milky Way have to say about crypto right now?
Okay, well, let's talk about Jupiter. Jupiter is changing its position in the sky. Let's keep it simple. Jupiter inflates everything. So normally when you hear Jupiter in markets, you go, oh, wow, great. Okay, not necessarily this time. So if you're wondering why meme coins are moving the way they are, well, that's Jupiter, right? It was also the lunar eclipse back on May 5th, because that is out with the old, in with the new. That was right when Pepe was moving. Now, with this Jupiter thing, you will notice maybe somewhere in the legacy headlines that Argentina had to raise rates to 100% today to stop hyperinflation. Last time you had hyperinflation, you've had it a couple times, but the worst instance in Argentina, 1976. Last time Jupiter was on the move in the same manner it is now. So with the movements in Jupiter, you get one of two things. You get bubbles, things inflating. Inflation, 1999 tech stock bubble, where Amazon had a PE of 1,000, right? Normally it's about 16 to 25. You also had, a bubble in 1928. So you can have bubbles. You can have new forms of money like the euro in 1999. Okay. You can also have very serious geopolitical events. World War I, 700,000 people killed in a battle, fall of Paris, oil, a war in 1904 that disrupted oil supplies. Now, in this particular case, I'm just guessing that maybe a U.S. government default could be the thing, right? And you also have to be careful, just rounding it out. In 2011, another one of these years, you had Bitcoin go from 50 cents to $31 and back to $1.64. So
talk
I don't
about
think
volatility.
Yes, talk about volatility. So if you have your money, these are the net takeaways. If you got money, take the money, right? There's always an opportunity to get in. Like AJ said, crypto's volatile, right? A lot of people are like, oh, I can't sell because I'll never be able to get back in. You don't know that. I mean, you're going to want to buy, you're going to want to own crypto coming out of this year, but you got a lot of weird stuff related to Jupiter. You also got something called an 83-year cycle. So no planets, no stars. 2023, go back 83 years. That's 1940. Fall of Paris, stock market event, right? Go back another 83 years. That's 1857. A financial panic that exacerbated tensions between the North and South, producing civil war. Go back 83 years, 1774, the Boston Tea Party. We don't like your taxation, so we're going to dump your tea in Boston Harbor. Yeah. So you got to look for the geopolitical event. You got to take advantage of the bubbles. You got to take your money, right? But then you got to watch for the big panic, because the big panic in legacy is the opportunity in crypto.
That's great. It's amazing to me how much on a monthly, yearly, these cycles that go through, and how you can literally pinpoint how you just went through 83 years, and it's literally major happenings within a society that ultimately led towards financial either downfall, or it's incredible to me. So I think it's really interesting. It's something that I'm really intrigued with. So I appreciate you sharing that, Bill. Let me take a brief pause. Smash the likes. We got about 80 people in here. We love you guys. We appreciate you for being here. Follow all the creators on here. They're doing work today for you. Let me jump into the chat real quick, say hi to a couple people real quick. Green Day Profits, what's up? DCF, B Team Crypto. We've got Kagan Radcliffe in the house, legend in his own mind, Burke, and Daddy-O, which side note?
Daddy-O, I like that name.
Daddy-O, that's what I call that is actually what I have in my phone as my dad's name. Daddy-O. So yeah, I appreciate everybody for being here. We love you guys. Make sure to smash that like. All right, cool. Let's talk about a couple specific alts. I'm going to start with you, Evan. Let's talk about Cardano. Cardano has always had this kind of cult-like following. So I'm sure of the 80 people that we have in here, we got some ADA fans. Talk to me about what you're seeing with Cardano right now.
So, as I mentioned before, a lot of the altcoins look like they will continue to bleed against Bitcoin, except maybe one, and that one might be Cardano. And let me show you why first. So let's just look at the short term here. We're hitting a pretty big pocket here on my chart and getting a green dot here on the 2-day. We don't have a bullish div, so it's not like super strong, but there is, this looks better than a lot of other altcoins. You have money flow generally coming up on the 3-day here. It looks like you might be able to come up a bit higher, maybe 40 cents, something like that. It could be a potential nice long trade. What I like even more about Cardano is Cardano versus Ethereum right now. And obviously, if your altcoin can't outperform can't outperform Ethereum and Bitcoin, then there's not really much of a point, right? Even if it does go up. So look at the weekly here. This is a big point that we're hitting. We are kind of making lower lows on this, which isn't the best thing, but it's at the same point that we hit kind of at this area here. This was after the pandemic drop and you pumped up a lot against ETH. Also, back in 2019, you did hit kind of the same area and you did outperform ETH, but let's see how much it was. 47%, not half bad. This would be risky, but I think, what I did with some of my Ethereum that was staked, that became unlocked a few weeks back or a month back, converted some of it to Cardano because of that. It's a risky play, but I think Cardano might be able, especially with the daily here, you're coming into the green. It's risky. Look at this. I mean, against Ethereum right here, you just rolled down and made a lower low. But one of these times, it's eventually going to pump up. And one of these times, it's eventually going to have a little bit of a rally, do something like this. And I think my trajectory might be able to outperform ETH by maybe up to 45% in the coming months if it could hold up better. Now, keep in mind, that does not mean that it will absolutely have to outperform Bitcoin as well. It could continue to bleed against Bitcoin while this does happen, like the majority alts. And what I wanted to show you guys real quick is, let me just kind of reiterate what I was looking at to potentially the time that's the secret spot to get into alts. Here's where I'm going to probably DCA into alts and convert some of my Bitcoin into Ethereum and alts. Look at this period we had here where Bitcoin dominance was so high. Right as it comes lower, this means that when it comes lower, this means alts start to outperform Bitcoin when this happens. And here, obviously, in the bull run, went crazy. This was, let's see how much time this was. This was from September 19 all the way till about January 2021. So that was over a year. I think the sweet spot was kind of here, kind of this area, this whole thing to get in. So you got time, I think. You got time. So wait a few months, get this next red dot here. Hopefully we'll break up for Bitcoin dominance. As the market goes down, I agree with what Bill said. We could be in for, especially with the debt ceiling. I think they're going to raise it, but we could be in for some rough times with it. I mean, I think they're going to raise it. I'm hoping we don't have a default. If we have a default, oh man, things are going to get wild. But I think they're going to raise it. And if you look at what happened in 2011, traditional markets and Bitcoin came down when they did raise it.
Yeah, they are talking about printing $1 trillion platinum Fed coin. And do we have $1 trillion worth of platinum? Newsflash. No, we don't.
Well, we're never going to default. You guys know that, right?
Well, you don't think, that will never technically default?
We will never default. Even
Never
if they have to change the definition like they did for recessions.
Yeah, exactly.
We will never default. This is America. We will just make it up out of thin air.
That's right.
We are wizards. We make Dumbledore look like a bitch. All right. Like we got this on lock, bro. We are not defaulting.
We're gonna know. China says we defaulted, and they have more power. We're gonna know. The people, we're not gonna brainwash for that long,
Yeah, and I heard somebody the other day, and I'm gonna mess this up a little bit, but effectively they were talking about counterfeiting and how you're not allowed to print, but they're allowed to print. They get to make the decisions for you, which affect you negatively or positively. So effectively, the government is the #1 most corrupt counterfeiting organization on planet Earth. And now he broke it down better than that, but it really made sense. It was like, well, why aren't you, if they're allowed to print and then they get to make the rules, why aren't you allowed to print? I don't understand. And so, yeah, you're right. I believe that they will never default. We will keep kicking the can down the road. We'll keep coming up with, platinum $1 trillion coins, or we can call it whatever you want, but it's pushing us towards the CBDC. It's pushing us towards the end game, which is the loss of all of your privacy and all of your ability to truly control your money in any sort of a, personal manner. It's all going to be, it's all going to be out there, and they're going to have the full control. So it'll be an interesting thing to see. So AJ, I love a little sleeper pick here. So let's talk about, let's see. Do you have any alts right now that people aren't talking about all the time? One of them, I think that you said to me, was AGIX. Is that right?
Yeah, Singularity Net's easy coin to trade. It follows the rules, man.
It follows the rules.
One of those,
all right, talk to me about it.
Yeah, it follows the rules. It's one of those coins that, like I said, like when Bitcoin trades in a 2%, this trades in like an 8 to 10%. And I covered this today on the BitBoy live stream.
Okay.
But I will show you what I was talking about to him. Bang, bang. So really fast, let me back out of here. Looking at the 2-minute chart because I'm a degen. So wait. This is the wrong one. I gotta find the KuCoin. That's hold on. Is this one? Okay, this is better. So if you look at this level here, what was once previously the ceiling, it is now the floor. And Bitcoin looks like it is kind of going through that overhead resistance I talked about on the BitBoy Crypto live stream. So if everything goes according to plan, you could long this as long as Bitcoin cooperates. Let me get the order blocks in here so you can see a lot of my mindset. Okay, so from right here, 68% of the order blocks are up here. A lot of the volume is up here. It's coming up on the RSI. The money flow is still in the red, but it kind of looks like it might be curving in. Oops, didn't mean to do that. So basically, what you're looking at, even if you went here and went to the volume, you're looking at a 62% gain. Even if you just went to fight for that next level, if you look over here at this little bottom right here, if you went to retest that SR level, that's still a 15% win. What I did last night, where is it at? There it is. So this is a different chart than I was trading on, the specific chart, but basically I was watching this all day on Sunday, and when it came down to this level here, let me do a little brush. When it came down to this level here, I didn't think it would spend that much time down there because there wasn't that much volume down there. So what I did is that I put a buy order in right here, right there from that level. And I figured that it would kind of come up past that level. And then I put my stop loss below this. And I believe that was late at night. It was around 8 o'clock at night. And I didn't even really look at it. And I woke up this morning and I bailed out at like 9:30 in the morning or something. So I got in here and then I sold it around 9:30. Where's 9:30? Yeah, right around here.
Nice.
Yeah, 5% with 5x leverage. Yeah. Not bad. Not bad. So, but I didn't talk about my previous trade on the BitBoy Crypto live stream because I was kind of talking about like moving forward with what Bitcoin's doing. I guess out of this, you could make like, it's only a 2-minute chart, so I'm not going to bother like drawing a pattern on a 2-minute chart, but I keep a really close eye on the order blocks. It is like my favorite feature of Lux Algo, and this isn't an overall uptrend. I kind of feel like it is possible that this level here is going to be important again because we kind of retested it a couple times and it looks like we're kind of headed down the hill right now. But then again, we're still kind of respecting this level too. So I feel like if we lose this level, I would be looking for a short to there, which would be, almost 1.5%, but with 5x leverage, that's not bad. And then if it kind of bounces off this again, we could look at a retest of that last high right here, which is 2%. So it's kind of like choppy trading right now, I'm kind of waiting for it to tell me a sign before I make a move. But this coin, I mean, I trade this coin like night and day, man. It's super easy to do. Another coin I'll give you really fast that I've been liking to trade. I didn't trade it a lot last run, but recently this coin has been so easy to trade, and I'll show you why. So Cartesi, I didn't pay attention to this coin for a long time. I know that they used to like back BitBoy and stuff, and I followed it in the 2021 bull run. And then I started paying attention to it when it had this big run up here, when it caught my attention, when it was at the top of this. And then you can see all these little dots in here. That's like where I've been setting levels and doing trades and stuff. So overall, if you kind of come into like the 2-hour chart, it had this weird, like this weird pattern where is it at? It's like, it was like me and Frankie Candles called it a microphone, where it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And then we kind of determined that it was going to fall down out of that. And that was a lot of it based off volume. And where it is now is that it's kind of possible to think that like it could fall a little bit further, but after that big run up, I kind of feel like it will settle. Because if you look before the big run up, this level right here where it got shut down before it ran up is kind of right. It's actually like, it's not like a perfect line, but it's close enough. I don't care about like exact bottoms, because a lot of the times it will like come down past the level and then you'll like get in the short and then you'll get trapped. So it doesn't ever have to be an exact level for me to make a decision, because I'm well aware, like I'm always thinking what would make the most sense if I was trying to trick somebody. Like if I was trying to pull one over on you, what would I do? Like if I was the chart, like you have to, these are like hypotheticals you got to play in your mind, because crypto always does the opposite of what you think it's going to do. So you have to think backwards. So right now where it is, I mean, it is definitely kind of oversold. This is a 2-hour chart. But if you look at like a 6-hour chart, it doesn't look as scary, also because most of the order blocks are way up here. So and if you draw that line straight down there, it is kind of outside of that, like kind of broke out of that a little bit. So this is a trade that I'm not in right now, but I am closely watching it. I mean, I watch a lot of the really small time frames, because a lot of the big moves start at the really small time frame. So I'm not even scared to look at a 30-second chart. Like I will trade a 30-second chart more than most traders are comfortable with, but I'm okay with it. And right here, I was looking at this earlier. This was a short idea because it's a lower high right there. That would have been correct, but I didn't get in the move. But yeah, man, Cartesi is really fast. Coins I like to trade. Stop sharing. Coins I've been trading a lot lately: AGIX, Cartesi, Phantom, Render, H-bar, but H-bar doesn't move as much. But if you can catch H-bar on a move, it does move okay. But so Phantom, Render, AGIX, and Cartesi are all really good day trade coins.
Nice.
And Pepe.
As much, well, yeah, and you've liked that one. So as much as I hate to do this, I have to take my daughter to swim lessons. Bill, Bill, I literally hate to cut you off, because I know you were going to talk about GLDN for us. But unfortunately, I literally do have a true hard stop today. So Crypto Fam, we love you guys. I had some more stuff that I wanted to go over. I apologize. But again, got to go take care of my little one. So I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Gentlemen, thank you very much for coming on. I love you guys. I appreciate you for being here. Just remember, question everything, trust nothing. And until next time, hodl like it's hot. We will see you soon.
Thanks.